Well, good morning, students. Summer's here, and the time is right for our season 8 summer house coverage with our very special first guest host, Jessye Beasley, in the studio.
Hi,
Woo!
Jessye. Thanks for coming.
Of course. Glad to be here.
I'm glad to have you.
Yes. So, Jessye,
Saturday night.
and the feeling is right. Saturday night's all right for talking about Carl and Lindsay fighting.
Ooh.
So Jessye, are you would you describe yourself as a Bravo addict or a more casual watcher or somewhere in the spectrum?
I would say I'm an addict. Yes, I'm on the spectrum. I lean toward the addict side, but I would say I'm a newer fan.
Okay.
Oh, we love that. All roads lead to Rome, you know.
Like a
Exactly.
new money Bravo head.
Exactly.
Old Bravo heads whisper, new Bravo heads speak, and let your voice be heard.
Mm-hmm. What do you
Absolutely.
want? Like, what's your favorite?
Actually, right now, Summer House.
Oh,
The season has been fun.
Summer has been fun.
That brings us
to the
viewer,
next... not for some of the people on the show.
That brings me to the next question. Should Summer House be fun or should Summer House be drama?
I like a mixture. I like when they have fun and then there's drama at the end. Sorry.
You're all choked up. It's okay.
I know,
something big is going to be revealed about this season.
Yeah, I'm really struggling.
We're all going to choke up like somebody really tried to choke up on camera and it wasn't working.
Just the tears weren't coming.
There was no tears coming.
So was that what got you into Summer House? Like specifically, like the mix of like it has more light and fun moments than the other shows?
Probably.
Yeah.
And everyone's hot and just having a good time. The drama's a little sillier, a little sloppier.
Or is it just like the people who don't really have jobs somehow manage to have be in a multi-million-dollar house in the Hamptons for the summer?
No, exactly. And they're all hot. It's just fun to watch.
Some hotter than others.
And now rank them all on a hotness scale.
Okay, so honestly,
yeah. So
I think Sierra, right?
Sierra's number one. Sierra's number one. It's like Sierra's up here, and then it's like a steep decline because she's so hot. It scares me. Maybe
I'm loving her this season too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the best season.
She's somehow even still hot when she's wearing like those like insane costumes for their really dumb parties. Like she's got like the eye patch. Yeah.
Yeah, she's got like gray color contacts.
Yeah, and she's like an alien, and then Wes is like, "You want to make out?" And she's like, "Okay."
Oh, also she just got announced she's doing the Victoria's Secret fashion show this year.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm really happy.
I know. She is an angel, basically.
She is. An angel of the Hamptons, an angel of Montauk.
What's your favorite season of Summer House?
Probably this season,
really?
To be honest. Yeah, because I'm loving everybody like coming together, all the girlies.
Yeah.
And then the new additions have been probably my favorite since like Hannah.
Yes.
That's controversial.
Finally.
Lauren doesn't like Hannah.
I got that. I was like, my opinions are going to be controversial here.
No, I always liked Hannah. I never understood why Lauren didn't like Hannah. It was actually a big fight for us.
I liked what Paige and Hannah did for the show, like brought in some new energy and like were actually a fit for a long time, because usually when they cast, like you said, it's like they really mostly do not find good fits, which is crazy. Like especially
the Workus sisters, the Workus twins.
No. But like Jessye and Wes, the energy there, I think is it's good.
There's synergy.
Yeah. Good vibes.
They're electric on screen when the cameras are on. They're like, yeah, I'm going to talk about my one testicle and Sarah. It's
let's hug.
Yeah, let's hug.
Yeah, good story. Yeah. Those are both good storylines. They came in and they both made great storylines, which is really all I need, So, okay, we're going to get into it more later, but I think it's the question on everyone's minds right now. If you had to choose Team Carl or Team Lindsay?
I'm shocked to say it, to be honest, but right now I'm Team Lindsay.
I think that is the consensus.
That's a consensus.
Yeah.
I didn't see it coming.
Yeah, it's been a real back and forth.
You'd think that we would be
worse.
Team Lindsay since Carl has blocked us on social media.
Exactly.
Enemy of the pod.
Yeah, he's an enemy of the pod. He knows what he did. And I will never forget it. This was him blocking us on Instagram was like more reprehensible than what he did to Lindsay.
Agreed.
No, absolutely.
Because it affected me.
Yeah.
I can't see his fun summer whatever he's doing for his Instagram these days.
I'm so sorry.
His influencer reels.
Yeah. But it's his loss because, that's his only other source of income other than Summer House, and he has one less, following now. So.
That's what we've learned. He made $70,000 as an influencer.
Which is reason
nice
enough
work
to
if
be.
you can get it.
Yeah. I want to see his 1099s though. Like, prove it, Carl.
Yeah.
Prove it.
1099 suck. Lauren just learned what a 1099 was.
What are you I'm always 1099. I was a part-time gig worker for...
Well, you were confusing W-2s with 1099s.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
They're very different.
Yeah. It's, I'm not great with the numbers.
Payroll tax.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about I don't know if you remember the trailer leading up to this season, which was like it was a lot of like the Evil Knievel party and lots of like games and shenanigans and stuff. Do you remember what your first impression of the trailer is, either of you?
I want to say Craig looked hot.
Craig was in the trailer. Oh,
was he?
Page's boyfriend. Was he in it? Or...
Yes, he
was in the trailer. That's so funny. I forgot he was in the trailer. I forget that he was
everyone
like,
looked good at the parties. Yeah, everyone looked hot at the parties. It did look fun. It looked like a silly, fun trailer.
Yeah, it looked
and then there was like
light.
A boom, boom, boom.
Yes, and then the season was like, I really liked that they like kind of misled us like that. It kind of zigzagged it, where it's like, oh, okay, this is gonna be like a low key
it's like a
fun
zoom in of the like Empire State Building. This is in the Hamptons.
And then it was like I feel like one of the more dramatic seasons for sure. Like it wasn't as dark as season 5, but
the COVID season.
It got gritty. And then I was also surprised a lot because like the Lindsay and Carl drama, I don't know, for me, the way it played out in the press, Lindsay kept like talking about like this was like a total blindside. I didn't see it coming at all. So then I actually am like so glad she did that, because then watching like immediately on the second episode that they're in and they're already like having so much conflict, I was like, this is gonna be a wild ride.
I know. She wanted it to be like her own scandal ball so bad. She even said it to Carl at one point, like, you're acting like Tom Sandoval right now. It's like, not really. He's not really acting like Tom Sandoval.
Yeah, well, in that first fight, I felt like she was out of line.
She was out of line a lot. But I love her. Honestly, you know what? I'm glad that she's like that, because she makes really interesting TV to watch. I'm sorry for her and her brain and whatever's happening. There's clearly like trauma there with like there's abandonment. Issues. There's some seasons where I haven't really liked her fillers. And that's a lot to deal with, and I feel for her, her
styling in the earlier seasons was extremely Florida
on her face. I think she does microneedling now. She looks great.
She looks great.
She looks great.
The contrast between everyone this season and the Talking Heads, I think, was the biggest contrast.
Well, Lindsay's like, she looks completely different in the Talking Heads. She's like clearly lost a lot of weight.
And then I feel like Carl's veneers somehow grew again.
Yeah.
Like after this and all of his Talking Heads, I'm like, they got bigger somehow.
Yeah, he looks like a walrus.
Maybe he lost weight too. His face shrunk and his teeth look bigger.
That's probably
it happens.
The stress,
the stress of being free.
Okay, so this season, we talked about our 2 new cast members. We got West, the 30-something blonde short king with
Little boys running amok in Montauk.
And then they got rid of some of the hires from last season. They got rid of Sam and then Maya, who had been on for 2 seasons. That guy whose name we can't remember because he was so
Alex
boring.
or something. I don't remember him.
Robert, I don't know, the photographer. And then they kept Gabby. How do we feel about what they decided with the roster of the new additions?
I was good with it. I like Maya, but she wasn't really.
Yeah, she never really like talked, like when she had like real shit happening, like with her and her boyfriend, like she didn't want it on. Yeah, she didn't want it on camera, and it's like, bitch, like there's cameras in your bedroom, like
we heard it, we saw you.
Yeah, and
yeah.
Like, I just want to talk about my cookies. It's like, no, we're not here.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're great cookies, Maya, but you got to give us some like drama.
Yeah.
I was surprised about Sam.
Me too.
Yeah, I liked Sam. But I guess like after her and Corey broke up, they were like, I don't know. I think they do this every season though with Summer House. Like they'll just have like people on for a season and then just like new people like move into the house. Like I don't want to like. If I was like 43 like Kyle, I would be like, no, I don't want some like 20-year-old I don't know like living with me for the summer. This sucks. Just to like hear me fight with my wife. But West and Jessye seem to like it, so I'm happy for that.
Yeah, they're a good vibe.
And weigh in on like the state of like the relationships.
Yeah,
that are
I think
completely falling apart in this house.
Yeah, it's like finally a good match, like, which is surprising because it's like Jessye, you know, like he talked about when he first came in, he's like never even had like female friends before, but like somehow he and West just both fit in so well for like once. I'm like,
and Jessye was like, hi, I want to fuck you, Paige. And she's like, huh? I have a boyfriend, Craig. You might know from Southern Charm, Sewing Down South.
Do you think that they'd seen the show before?
Yeah, it just felt like a storyline. That whole bit, it felt like a little here's something.
And then all the Amanda stuff, like Jessye on social media is kind of like, okay, like Amanda will post a picture of her like in a bikini, and Jesse's like, I want to marry you.
They're clearly trolling, with that. Do you think that they had seen the show before? Like, do you think Jessye and what? Because like they're kind of obviously acting like, what? Paige, you're with Craig? How would I know? And like, West said he didn't. But do you guys believe it?
I don't really believe it. I think they like at least watched a couple.
Yeah, they've probably seen the show.
Yeah,
I mean, it's been on for so long. Yeah, because why else would they even audition to be on it?
And once you get cast, you're gonna be like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, prepare yourself.
Yeah, what is this house with a treehouse bed with 8 people sleeping in there?
Learn their names and stuff. Yeah. Like, you gotta, it's a job. Like,
I don't know. I'm such a girl. I'm like, what am I gonna wear? What do I pack?
I know. That's the most insane thing about the show to me is like that they only are there for the weekend, and so they are always like bringing luggage, and like the porch situation gives me so much anxiety. Like every episode, like when they all arrive and there's like 50 Amazon boxes everywhere, I'm like,
do you know
you guys just like leave some clothes there?
They pay for all of that. They spend all of the money on the Amazon boxes. Like they pay for all of the party stuff, like not production.
Yeah, that's why Lindsay wants Carl to get a job.
I mean, that is expensive. I guess they can write it off, but I'm like, damn, they're spending like thousands of dollars on like
insane.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
Weird, because like, did Bravo pay for like? Oh god, I'm gonna really date myself. On Beverly Hills, like, remember when Kyle Richards had the white party? Like, did Bravo pay for that?
Maybe the Fatburger food truck they paid for.
Did you ever watch the seasons of Beverly Hills when like Kyle used to have the white party?
Yeah, but doesn't she still have it?
Does she? I don't know. I don't watch the show anymore.
She had it like at some football stadium last season.
She did?
Like she's there. It's like bigger than ever.
He still has the white party?
And we're
It's
still
a
not invited?
storyline.
We're still not invited? Oh my God. Ugh, Kyle.
This is like reason number 345 why
we don't
Kyle's
like
gotta
her.
go.
Yeah, she's got to go.
Has she blocked you?
No. She doesn't
Okay,
even
well,
know
that's
how.
good.
She'll probably steal our homes, but she hasn't blocked us on Instagram.
She could get her little girlfriend too.
She's not talking about that right now.
But I am. I'll never let it go. She's
just my gym buddy. She's my gym buddy, and she keeps me sober.
Same.
June 1st?
Yes, it's Pride Month, and we are talking about Kyle Richards being gay.
Yes, no better
Allegedly,
time to out Kyle Richards.
Don't sue us, Kyle. Don't sue us. Please don't sue us. She's allegedly very
allegedly super gay.
Extremely gay. Happy Pride, allegedly.
Allegedly.
We're allegedly saying Happy Pride to Kyle and her workout buddy. Her sober workout buddy.
Speaking of Kyle, let's talk about Kyle.
Kyle, that's fun to watch. Kyle Cook and his mullet.
Fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and then he's very scary and borderline abusive.
But yeah,
absolutely.
I had a fight
allegedly.
With him.
What did he throw?
What did he throw?
Wait, do you mean when Lindsay threw a shoe at a producer?
No, not that.
Any excuse for us to bring that up.
We love it.
No, he goes outside and throws something, and Danielle and Carl are out there, and they're like, "Whoa!"
Oh yeah, he's mad. Oh yeah, I remember. I don't know what he threw. Was it his like microphone or something? He was very drunk. Yeah, I don't know what he threw. He was when he was upset that his wife wanted to get a different job to pursue her own happiness. Yeah,
awful.
I threw things too.
Yeah. We'll get
He's always just like wandering off into the woods, like peeing or screaming and
he's
away
feral.
from. Yeah, he's extremely feral, but he's like in his mid-40s. It's so weird how many times he's
talking to himself.
Talking to himself, and he's like, nobody fucking understands, and Amanda just thinks it's easy, and we're just like losing money, and fucking Carl shouldn't be listening to Lindsay. No one likes my mullet. Or when he's drunk and like sitting at a table by himself, just like eating chips and
eating,
then, like,
and he's like, "These are so good."
Yeah, he's like, "Oh yeah, yes, that is so good."
Yeah, but even that, it felt a little darker this season. It's like instead of like jamming out any chips, he was like eating cherries and crying to the Hans Zimmer like soundtrack to U571 or something.
Loverboy's losing money.
Yeah.
Rough times for Kyle Cook.
Yeah, and rough times for Amanda. Amanda wanted to move, or still wants to move to New Jersey and have kids, and Kyle doesn't want to move, so they're already not in a good place.
Valid reasons, because he says that Amanda would be a horrible mother.
He doesn't her best friend.
Yeah, she'd be a horrible mother. She's so lazy, even though he still wants her to work for Loverboy, doesn't want to hire anybody else to do graphics, and he doesn't want to live in New Jersey. So like he's got some points.
Yeah, I was shocked that Paige didn't pop off on him after that. Like, I guess she's like trying to.
She's always
maintain
so tired.
More, yeah. She didn't have it. She had to go lay down. But yeah, like instead she just like very calmly reports it to Amanda. She's like, "Oh yeah, he was, saying he had some concerns about you being a fit mother because."
And he's the one who loses. Do you remember he like loses? Like they fostered those dogs, and like one episode they have the dog stay at the house, and like she's out, and he loses the dog, and he's like again screaming in the woods trying to find the dog. And then Lindsay's like, "Your dog's in your room," but she would be like Amanda's like the unfit parent here, like.
Yeah.
Anyway.
She's the one giving those dogs eardrops. There's always something wrong with those dogs. She's always cleaning.
So sick. Yeah, she's giving them
stuff out of their butts.
But
and Kyle's just drunk.
Yeah, he's got to drink Loverboy all the time.
And I think that's the real thing, is that, like, Kyle wants Amanda to be kind of his mommy. And then, like, if they had
Mama.
kids, then he wouldn't be like the baby. She wouldn't be cleaning up his piss everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
I can see that. That's
Well,
gross.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
jealous of the attention that even the puppies got.
Yeah, he literally marks his territory outside just like the dogs do.
Yes. I'm telling you, he's a feral man. So
they're happy.
Yeah, so Amanda is like furious when she hears about this from Paige. It's like just the beginning of she basically says, like, on camera, and I like that they break the fourth wall here, but she just like, it's the beginning of the season and he's already talking shit about me. This is a really bad start.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the sign of an unhealthy relationship. If you're trying to make your partner look bad on camera, you're like, my storyline's going to be that they suck ass.
Yeah,
then I think it's like,
that's been their storyline the whole time on Summer House. Like, they're two people I don't think that ever should have been married either.
Yeah.
I mean, because they had the same talk with Kyle and Amanda, like Paige and the girls did, like, that they did with like Lindsay, like, you don't have to get married. Like, obviously Carl and Lindsay was like more extreme, which is crazy because Kyle and Amanda were so extreme, especially that season that they got married. But you know, I'm so happy for them. Mazel tov to them. They're making it work. Loverboy's in debt. They're looking at fake homes in New Jersey.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah.
You know that? Okay, so I saw on Reddit too, that house wasn't even in New Jersey. It was just another house in the Hamptons that they were just like pretending to look at. Yeah, to like get it on camera that they were like looking at homes.
I saw like the Zillow listing.
Yeah.
And it was
in
like
the next door. Yeah.
Could they afford it?
No.
No.
Amanda's parents could, wasn't it this season that they said that like she was the one who supplied like a loan or something for like $1 million something to, for Loverboy or whatever.
That's just so crazy to me how she's like, she's so loaded. Like, she's a beautiful, rich princess.
Smart.
And, like, it's like but she stayed with him, and it's like, I think like she obviously does love him or whatever, but like, I guess it's like a lot of it is for the show, right? It's like they have to be together to be on the show, but it's like, does she even like being on the show that much?
I don't even feel like it. Yeah, I felt like this season I wasn't even sure if she liked being on the show, because like previous seasons she would always be like, we're going out, blah blah blah, and like this season a lot of times she was like, I'm just like staying. Like Kyle would just go without her, and she was like staying in and watching like shows on her laptop, which I co-sign on. It was like all the really like the older people that were out getting drunk all of the time, and like the younger people in the house.
Danielle.
Dude.
Danielle can't stop.
Oh my God.
Dude, oh my God. Yeah, I feel like
reminds me of reminds me of Ever After.
Yeah, her own toxic
when
relationship.
They go, Danielle. Like,
she's so nuts. God.
So yeah, Kyle and Amanda they fought a lot at the fair. They brought home the racially insensitive Jamaican banana prize, and slept with him, like the giant stuffed banana between the two of them in the bed. Named it Mon, classic Summer House.
So
ironic
racism. But if it's, I mean, it goes with the Hamptons, I'm sure.
Right.
Absolutely.
What happens?
Wild to do that, like in the room next door to like Sierra, but hey, baby.
Yeah.
It's reality.
And across from Carlito, which I've never been okay with either. Anyways. So, they look at that fake New Jersey house that's actually in the Hamptons. Kyle says he'll never move there. He's not even really willing to move upstate. They get in an awkward fight at, dinner, and they're just like, everyone's like, well, I don't know what's going to happen. They're not compromising.
Will they or won't they?
That dinner fight was bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I felt for Amanda, and she would have handled it really well, because I would have lost my shit. Like, oh, you're going to suddenly tell me you don't want kids at this dinner in front of everybody on camera?
Yeah, this is like forever on the show, you dipshit.
Yeah. The one argument that I could maybe see for Kyle which I'm not sure because I have very little faith in him as a person, but I'm like, maybe he is like, I don't want to have kids until we're done with the show. Like, I don't want to raise them on camera. I don't want like people to have access to them. Like, I want to ride the show till it's over and then we'll have kids.
I don't think he
know.
wants to have kids. I think he's like forever like Peter Pan. Like so many guys
wants to
on
be
Bravo.
out.
Yeah.
He wants to be out till 4 a.m.
Like he's still like that fight that they had where like Amanda's like, I don't want you out till 4 a.m. on a Tuesday. I was kind of shocked by that. I was like, I thought you were just doing this like for the show on the weekends when you're in the Hamptons, because like you are still kind of running a business. He's staying out until 4 a.m. on a random Tuesday is the most insane thing.
He said that's just part of my personality. I'm the guy who stays out till 4:30.
And I need to be able to do that at least once a month, Amanda. And like, you know that about me. And it's like, you cheated on her when you were drunk multiple times. Like, why would she ever be okay with this? First of all, like, that's a sign of like you've got a problem with alcohol if that's what you need to do.
And cocaine. You have to do cocaine once a month or you'll lose your mind. Like,
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
It could be Vyvanse for his ADHD.
Yeah. Which is bad when you're drinking. So it's good to take more.
Cocaine is better for if you're drinking.
Focus.
We co-stand on that. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, focus on ignoring his wife.
Yeah. We're primarily an educational podcast. So that is, just a little.
Yeah, are you learning anything, Jessye?
So much. How to be a good husband.
How to be a good husband. Don't move to New Jersey.
Don't take Vyvanse.
Lose the dogs.
Only do Coke when you're drinking.
Don't take Vyvanse at 3 a.m. Yeah. Vyvanse and martinis don't go together. Vyvanse and Loverboys, maybe.
Maybe.
So, one of the times that Kyle is out till 4 a.m. allegedly Vyvancing and Loverboying, so Kyle is asked to be the flower boy by
Oh my
Carl.
God. This is so funny.
Wedding.
Carl was so like, he felt like such an asshole, as he should, even asking Kyle that, because Carl like officiated his wedding and they're
yeah
Kyle's face during the conversation.
because you really knew that he thought it was gonna be like, I'm gonna be asked to be like, I'm gonna be best man, and it's like, flower boy you want to be a flower boy at my destination wedding? Ugh.
And it's kind of like a burn, like, you tiny boy, be my flower boy, tiny man.
And it's so funny because Lindsay's like, I don't get why he'd be upset. Like, he's in the wedding.
Yeah, be glad you made the list.
Yeah. Yeah, Paige didn't even get invited. She didn't get invited to the wedding shower, which is so funny to me.
Yeah, that's usually a more exclusive list, I feel like.
So funny.
Itself.
Anyway, we'll talk about that later.
Unorthodox. So then Kyle gets his tux fitted with the other flower boys, including Andrea.
We love him.
What did you think of him?
He's a good time.
Yeah,
I love him.
Would you like to have a flower boy in your wedding, and would you want it to be Kyle Cook?
Absolutely.
That would be
He would
fun,
make a stunning flower boy.
He would. He's already got the tux fitted.
Yeah. This little mullet blowing in the breeze. Although
he got rid of the mullet.
Oh my gosh, but then he had to film a commercial the next day where he didn't realize they wanted him to have the mullet. They had like a line about it. So he had to get tiny mullet extensions. And there's a picture of them all like sewed in. You can see where they're all like attached. Like, I'll post it on the IG.
Honestly, he deserves that.
He's so ridiculous. Like, it's like, I can't believe you're like a real person. In this world.
I bet he was so stressed out too. They need my mullet.
Yeah, he was probably like screaming at Amanda the day before, like, this is why you wouldn't be a good mother.
The poor
stylist
me to on the
Jersey?
set.
I don't even have a mullet anymore. Think about it, Amanda. Make it make sense.
So then he stays out late partying. The next day, the women point out how ironic it is that the women, good movie, that he's saying Amanda isn't fit to parent when Kyle is a party animal
Yeah.
and like not around a lot. Which brings me to, do you guys think that Kyle is one of those people who just projects their insecurities on someone else so they never have to deal with them?
No, I think he's a good person. I don't think he has. You know what? I wonder if he has insecurities. Whoa, silence. I don't think he's insecure because he acts like he's not insecure about anything. Like he doesn't seem to have remorse when he's like, you know what I think he's insecure about? He's insecure of not seeming like he's not like a success. You know, like Loverboy not doing well, like is really bothering him, and he's lashing out at everybody, but mainly Amanda. So I think he always just wants to seem like successful, and maybe like, you know, Loverboy not doing well, moving to New Jersey and not living in the city is like not a sign of success to him. I don't really know. Sense. But like everything, like he doesn't obviously like make his marriage, his relationship a priority. You know, like his friendships, like you know, he fights with his friends all of the time. You know, he like blasted, you know, Carl's supposed to be his best friend. He like said really awful things about Carl, and not just his work ethic. Like last season when he was like, he showed up so coked out and forgot his laptop and blah blah, like, and he knows that Carl is now sober, so to like say that and Carl not even be there, I just don't even think that Kyle, he doesn't seem to care about people that much.
Yeah. You think that like he's not insecure about like being a bad dad or like being irresponsible or any of that because he doesn't care. All he cares about is like being the most successful workaholic, like high achiever of the crew. Yeah. I could see that.
Workaholic, alcoholic.
Yeah.
He does seem kind of simple.
Get the most out of his Vyvanse.
Yeah, he's a simple man.
He has simple needs. He just needs his boat shoes, his like slacks,
his tiny hats,
his
tiny mullet, hat. His best girl.
And to be able to yell at his wife.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So then the women, Sierra and Paige, the women are shopping with Amanda.
The little women. Shopping.
Women be shopping. And they
at Old Navy.
I know, and that doesn't seem at all like totally planned, or I hate when Bravo does shit like this. Or like they'll sometimes like they did this on Housewives, like they'll go to like see a movie and it's like, what? You weren't, they were like, oh my gosh, I loved this like animated movie with these characters in it. Wow, how inspiring at AMC theaters.
And it's like right after a commercial that the Housewives did in the movie, and you're like, what part is the commercial and what part is the show?
Yeah,
like, I'm confused.
So like I don't even think they actually bought anything at Old Navy. They just kind of went like,
oh, a performance, please.
Yeah. And Amanda's like,
I'm
so depressed. And I told Kyle I don't want to go to marriage counseling on camera. And Paige is like, stripes.
White button down. Mm-hmm.
This screams Hamptons. And then
Sierra's like, who are you without Kyle? Like in the Old Navy.
Yeah. It's so funny. And then, and she's like, I don't know. And then they just, leave and they go to B-Rep where they the B-Rep.
But they're like, you could like do anything. You could like be a designer, like for these capris. Yeah. And she's like, you're right. I could.
She's like, I've always wanted to be like a swimsuit designer because I have big boobs and there's not swimsuits for girls like me, except I don't really know a lot about design and I can't draw, but I have ideas.
And big boobs.
Yeah, that's all you need.
That's all you need. Yeah. Boobs, not brains.
Yeah,
I think she has brains.
She is, yeah. I mean, like, I feel like she's not given enough credit that, like, she was a full-time, like,
she quit her job
designer.
To be with, like, Loverboy. Like, Kyle just paints her as, like, a lazy piece of shit.
And that started when she was working full-time as a graphic designer and helping out at Loverboy. It was when he started the Amanda's So lazy storyline and filming the show.
Crazy. Like, she's like, he makes me, like, send him, like, PTO requests when we're like going on vacation together.
Interesting.
So then after this convo, they get on boats, another boat ride from hell, which is Michelle's favorite. That's her happy place with Bravo.
Yeah.
She loved.
I pop a Dramamine. And I just like let the motion sickness take me away with these sickos getting drunk on a boat. Yeah, like a sunset, like a beautiful sunset, complaining about your wife while she's on the same boat to her best friend.
Berating her.
Yeah. So mean.
Woo! So they like sit.
They like sit on
the floor of the boat. And then Amanda's like, okay, well, if you don't want to have kids yet, maybe I can like pursue a different dream and not just work at Loverboy, but I'll still help you with Loverboy, but also maybe I can do my own thing. And then Kyle basically like tears her apart.
Yeah.
Tears her apart.
Limb from limb.
Sees rage. That was tough to watch. Like, I don't know. Do you still feel like there's like I feel like I reached my peak of like feeling bad for Amanda, and then I was like, at this point, like she's made her bed. But then I don't know. Did you guys feel bad for her this season again?
I did.
I did too.
Yeah, I did too, because she's really like expressing, like, I feel like for really like the first time, like how badly like she's depressed. Like she seems really depressed and a little bit lost and a little bit stuck. And she's not like the one person who should be like giving her the support that she really needs right now is, you know, taking Vyvanse and staying out till 4 a.m. I don't
well, when she was sharing on the boat, when she was sharing where she was at, like his face, he was just pouting. I was cringing so hard.
Yeah. Because he was just thinking, like, how is this going to affect me and my business and blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, like he treats her like she's his child in a lot of ways, even though he's a lot more childish than she is. But like, you know, he's like, does she think like money grows on trees? Like that's how he acts towards her.
Yeah.
But it's like, she's the one with the money, dumbass.
Yeah, I feel like that conversation, just like exposed, I feel like a new level of
darkness in their marriage. Yeah.
Or it's like, it's probably not the first time they've had this conversation. It's like he's like kind of keeping her indentured.
I wonder, she's indentured servant. It's like, it makes me wonder what they talk about when the cameras aren't rolling. You know, like what he's really like to work with. I don't even want to think of. Let's think about happier people. Sarah and West. Why won't he fuck him?
Let's take a quick break.
I'll leave you that on that cliffhanger. on
Apple and Spotify. Please rate us. We need the ratings, and leave a comment. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at @Bravo_breakdowns. If you missed it, we covered the new season of Vanderpump Rules, and the current season of The Valley, and those are the 2 episodes right before this one. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then the Vanderpump Rules one is above this one. Like and subscribe. We'll be right back.
I'll do it too. Did you see Almost Died on a boat today when you were talking about boat rides from hell? I was on a boat like in the storm today.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I'm doing great.
So I don't believe in lake culture.
I mean, after today I do, because the person that drove us to safety is like a lake person. And she saved us.
Whoa.
Like, I thought the boat was going to go over,
What
y'all.
lake was this?
Grapevine.
Oh my god.
Was it flooding?
It flooded. And then there was just this random storm. I'm not kidding. Like, the top blew off of the boat. Like, nobody could see. It was insane.
Wait, Lauren, are we still recording?
Pride.
We're still recording.
Yeah, we should put that.
Happy Sorry, Pride. Guys.
No, we should put that in. We'll like leave that. Like that'll be.
I can just see Michelle's eyes where she's like, "Why weren't there cameras?"
Yeah,
she loves
cameras
shipwreck situation.
Cameras up always. But you did have cameras up. Gosh. I think I did see that on your Instagram. So good job. Yeah, this is something that Bravo can't figure out all the time. Big things happen. We don't see it.
Cameras everywhere.
Okay, so yeah, let's talk about West and Sierra. So Sierra, is like, of course, looking at the new guys in the house, and they're looking at her because she gets like first dibs on all the guys because she's an angel.
They're a looking
Insane.
and they're a liking. And West is really liking. He's a liking what he's seeing.
At first, I thought she would go for Jessye due to him being like, she's
Taller.
into guys like Carl. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like no. But West is so fun. She's like,
and like a Muppet. She likes a Muppet vibe.
He's fun. He makes her laugh. He really seems to like her so much. I'm scared about the reunion to see what really happens.
They said it's not good.
But he's like that kind of like cool guy who, like, do you notice like when he wears his like hats, they're never like all the way down on his head. They're like a little bit,
because his hair's so thick. Yeah,
a little bit up.
Yeah. Ironic mustache, but like it's not too stupid on him. It's like fun.
Yeah,
really creepy.
Yeah, and
not creepy, which is such a rare thing in the casting for the show. Yeah, West is cool name. Is West short for anything? Westley
or Weston?
Weston?
Jessye, we're asking you.
Yeah,
you're
Westington.
Northwest. Northwest. Oh, yeah. People really came at me for Northwest this week, too. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, TikTok.
You're so problematic.
I know. I said stop posting, like, horrible comments and videos about how you don't think Northwest was good in The Lion King in one song. She's a kid. And people were like,
get real. She sucks.
She sucks.
I hate her. Think about all the talented kids that she stole this from.
She stole this from all these other kids. I'm like, okay. Stop yelling about it on the internet. She's a child. Anyway.
Yeah. Lay off the kids. Don't talk about the husband. Okay,
the husbands, the rumors,
the husbands,
and the nastiness. But you know who wasn't doing the nastiness? Sierra with West.
Yes, they go on a very cute date. I loved the dates. Usually I don't like the dates in the city. You didn't like it?
He was sweaty.
Yeah, I like that.
Relatable.
He was so nervous. He was like so nervous. He was like, "You want to drink like 2 margaritas?" She's like, "What? Do you want to eat?" Yeah, he was so nervous. It was cute though. He was so anxious and probably on Vyvanse. I need to stop saying that. I'm gonna get sued by Vyvanse.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
It was like after seeing Carl on so many like fake dates,
like
on the show for like, oh god.
Not
no, I'm not gonna pull a Kyle. Not anymore. But like where he's like, pretending to like a girl, or like pretending to like Paige or whatever. And then like I was like, oh, this is a date where like they, he really likes her.
Yeah, he seemed to really like her. Like unlike Carl, who was like, you want to go in the pantry and make out, Paige, or do you want to go make out in the vines over there? That's what he did with her.
Even the way West looks at Sierra is very really cute.
Like her a lot. But why can't he stop texting these other girls?
What did he do?
Dude,
I don't know.
That question is what the fuck.
And did he get that job at Essence? I don't know if he ever got that magazine job. Did he? I don't know.
I think he did.
Yeah, he gets a job.
Yay!
He jumps in the pool. He like strips and jumps in the pool to celebrate.
They don't like utilize that pool enough. It bums me out. Like it bums me out.
Get in the pool.
Get in the goddamn pool. It's so hot. Yeah, I don't know what he did. It just sounds like he just like texted other girls while like telling Sierra he was like fully committed to her and like, I'd bring you home for Thanksgiving tomorrow and like you'd ride horses.
Yeah.
They did ride horses together.
Yeah. But even like, like it starts
Didn't
with
she like talk to his mom and stuff?
She met his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like the way it starts off, even like the way it starts off with him, like looking at her and being so into her. And then like he gets hurt and she takes care of him. And he's like always talking about like, oh, how do I get in, go with her? And then like, things like suddenly take a turn when she doesn't put out, at least in the storyline.
Yeah.
When she's like,
Yeah,
I don't
and
want to have
then,
sex yet.
well,
I
and
want
then
to go
And he's
slow.
being gross
talking,
about it.
he's being, and then when she's talking about it with like Paige and Amanda, they're both like, oh, like he just doesn't take you seriously, and like they're kind of being jokey about it, and then Sierra starts to cry,
She
and she's like,
cried.
and I
Crying.
think that's part of it. Like, you know, like I think she likes him so much, and she's not telling them how much, and probably not even like admitting it to herself how much she likes him, because like it probably wouldn't bother her, like, if it was like just this casual thing that he was still like talking to other girls, and maybe she would have sex with him earlier, but she seems to really like him and care about it and wonder if it could be like something serious and doesn't want to fuck it up. And then she's like, well, maybe he actually maybe doesn't like me as much as I like him, and that would fucking suck. And then she's crying. Real tears.
Yeah.
Real tears.
Yeah.
Unlike somebody else
I think it,
this season.
yeah. We'll get there. Foreshadowing. Yeah, I think it's tough because like you know, she got burned
With
so
Austin.
bad by Austin
Yeah.
in 4th season, and like she just, I think part of it is really liking West, but I think part of it is also like she does not want to get fucked and then fucked over on camera
Yeah.
again.
On camera.
Yeah, she got fucked over so bad on camera. And then when Lindsay at the reunion was like, oh, because I heard that you guys had sex again. Oh,
Yeah.
Lindsay, you were so
Embarrassed
wrong for
her.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. And here she thought that like, okay, well this guy is like, you know, obviously like, you know, Sierra's like a 10 or what's higher than a 10, you know, she's like an 11.
25,000.
Yeah. 600 minutes. She's as hot as all
Yeah,
of the
friends.
minutes in a year. And then like, and so it's like, okay, this guy, like what he seems like a really nice guy who is looking for a serious relationship. I don't know if he even said that, but that's just like, did he say that? That is how he comes across.
He's coming
like,
across that way, but I don't know why he's like DMing
then it
other girls,
flips.
and then like also telling like Paige like I'm doing this, and then admitting it to Sierra. So
yeah, it's like that, but it happened on camera too. It's not just like afterwards. It's like towards the end of the season, he's like, he calls her baby, and then he's like, well, I, you know, call everyone baby, or like she says that she's his girlfriend, like while they're like joking.
Well, and she's like,
and
oh, you're
his
my
eyes
boyfriend.
are like, it's like,
yeah. But then they like
It
still
does
like always
seem
sleep
like
in the same bed together and stuff. I don't know.
what are you saying?
it does
Jessye?
seem like he's leading her to like an intimate, more serious place, and then kind of flipping the script. Is
Yeah.
like the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah. I wonder what would have happened if she had
Fucked him.
had sex with him. I think
Relations.
I think that he just wasn't looking for something serious, and then like, you know, he can come back to the show after that, after hurting our Sierra. So that's maybe like why he didn't.
We'll see what they say at the reunion, because it was never super clear. Like there wasn't like a fight or anything between them. I mean, it was just sort of like, oh, you're texting other people. Like I just can't, you know, it's just not going to be a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. But they did seem really cute together, and I hope that like they figure it out, because I would like to see them together. I would like to see like a relationship in the house that is fun to watch, like two people who genuinely like each other and like have fun together, and it's not just like toxic, because that's all the relationships have ever been in this house.
I agree.
So true.
You know,
other than well, Paige and Craig, let's talk about them briefly, even though Craig is like a friend of. My main question, it's like they're, you know, doing the same thing they do every season, where it's like, will we get engaged? Maybe later.
Yeah,
where will we
Paige
live? I don't know.
I think that they're gonna break up.
You do?
Yeah, because I think Craig really wants to like have a kid and get married, and I think he really loves Paige, and she's just like, she's not there yet, and I think he's gonna be like, I don't want to like wait much longer, and she's never gonna move to Charleston. Like she's never gonna move to Charleston. He's not gonna move. He's never gonna move to New York. Like
even
they
upstate?
need to like live in the same place.
Yeah.
No, his business is, you know, he's got that pillow business, sewing down south. My in-laws are getting me a pillow there. They're going to Charleston. And I was like,
oh,
will you get me a pillow from Sewing Down South? And they were like, what the hell is that? And I was like, okay, Craig from Southern Charm. He was the one guy that didn't have sex with Catherine on the first season of Southern Charm.
Yeah.
I didn't tell them that part. They're very Christian. But I was like, he did eventually finish law school, but he like took a break from law school to learn how to sew. And he has a sewing business called Sewing Down South, and he makes like pillows. And they were like, what? And I was like, just give me a pillow from this place. So I do support Craig and his business. I support Paige and hers. And I think if they actually lived together for an entire week in the same place, they would realize they probably like, I just don't think she's as into him as maybe he is with her. I think she really loves him, but I just don't think it's just logistically, it's just not working for me.
What do you think, Jessye?
I love them together.
No.
Yeah, I do. I think they do spend a lot of time together. It seems like they're kind of like bi-coastal.
But on the same coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on the same coast.
But I think she loves him. I relate to her and the kind of like she jokes around and plays like she's cold. But I think she is like fiercely in love with him, but just has to act cool about it.
But she won't move to like she's not going to compromise on like.
But
the
I mean,
living
I
situation.
wouldn't.
Yeah,
I wouldn't if I was her.
I don't think he's going to either. Is the problem? Like, I don't think he's going to leave Charleston.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Their number one job is like reality stars. I mean, they have like other sources of income, but like that's the big thing. And like Craig could be on Summer House. Could Paige be on Southern Charm?
She's been on some Southern Charm,
but
she
like
doesn't
be on a full season.
No. She
like,
doesn't vibe with
she
doesn't vibe with any of the girls. I mean, I guess kind of Madison, but like
they became friendly there at the end of the last season, and I was liking that vibe. It was like double date with Madison and her.
I don't know.
She's such a anyway. Girl. It surprises me she doesn't vibe with them. Cultural differences.
You know, she just wants
pastels. She doesn't get it.
Yeah, she's a damn Yankee. She's not here for these Confederate assholes.
Yeah.
But I do like them. They are a little boring to watch. It's cute like when they're like flirty or whatever. Like he's grabbing it. When they did I like chicken. I like the saran wrap prank. Like that was a vibe. But they are kind of boring. I do feel like this whole storyline, like, are we getting engaged? I'm a little sick of it.
Yeah.
But it feels like they're like, this is our thing.
Yeah,
like,
but maybe
that's what I think they're healthy is that they're doing the same storyline over and over again, so they're not showing their real relationship. That's what makes me think like that's a healthy relationship to me. It's not fun to watch, but when you guys are lying your asses off together and planning what you're going to say so that you keep your real love private. So that's why I'm like, I kind of think that they'll make
and their relationship isn't always on camera like everybody else's. Like their relationship's on camera when she's visiting him sometimes and when he's up there, but like,
you're right.
They're not like Kyle and Amanda, Danielle and alcohol. Like they're not just like always
yes
together.
A match made in heaven.
Oh,
well, let's get into Danielle. She didn't do much this season, but what she did left an impact.
The Don.
Yes.
The Don.
The Don.
The Don.
The Don.
Yeah.
The Don.
The Don. The Don. So
her big thing.
CEO.
Yeah, being a CEO for an app that's kind of like the share closet that was in development for like,
but like she said,
10 years. There's so many. There's so many apps like that already exist. I don't know why she couldn't just use the
also like
that exists.
Here's the thing, like no shade, but so much shade. I never looked at Danielle and I was like, what a fashionista. Like she doesn't dress bad, but I've never been like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with what she's wearing. Like I've just never thought about it. Like Paige, like she knows a lot about fashion. She talks about it. I mean, it's her job, but like, and she's dressed interesting all of the time. Even like Amanda, like even Lindsay, but like Danielle is just like, you know, what are you talking about? Like, you put outfits together. Like, she's never even talked about being interested in fashion on the show. So it just felt so random that she would have this app, The Dawn.
Yeah, and
I hate the name.
Sorry, I hate the name too, because also, why is it D-O-N-N-E? Like, donne?
Like, what you're dawn? Like, I'm donning, like...
But that's D-O-N, not D-O-N-N-E.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. When I hear, like, The Dawn... Well, just because I'm, like, watching The Sopranos, too.
Yeah, I think The Godfather.
Yeah, it's like, The Dawn, boss.
You come to me on the day of my
Here's the thing.
opening.
Let's just talk about it. She's got a drinking problem and was like, I can start an app.
Yeah. No, that's what it feels like. Yeah. And then she just happened to find a fashion app. It feels she just wanted an app.
She feels honestly, always so manic to me.
Yeah, honestly, I know so many people who, like, in their early 20s moved to San Francisco and were like, I'm just gonna start my own app, but really just like drank and like, fucked around at a WeWork. And I'm like, that's kind of, I think, what she's been doing since she left her job at FinTech. And she doesn't have style. Sorry, but I am wearing a Minions shirt, so I shouldn't I shouldn't throw stuff.
No,
you're the perfect person.
The Dawn. Yeah, what I don't even know what she was like pissing off. I can't remember. She was pissing off all the girls.
Her big thing was with Gabby. It was so there's that balloon artist.
Oh my god.
Party.
Yeah. What's his
balloon
name?
hottie.
And okay, like, and I don't even want to be like a bitch about it, but he kind of seems like a carny. You know?
Yeah, I got those
carny vibes. I agree.
And I mean that in the best way. I love a blue collar individual. Like
we love a working.
We love working class.
Leanne,
I voted for Bernie Sanders twice. I support the working class. Okay.
Strong hands.
Yeah,
with
Jason,
those balloons.
Leave that in. I support the working class. Okay. And if Danielle, the big shot CEO, wants to make out with a working class man, I'm fine with it. But she's so shitty about the way that she goes about it with like Gabby, because Gabby's they already have like history there, Gabby and Danielle.
Yeah, that Danielle already didn't realize she was hooking up
having
with
an affair
Gabby's
with
boyfriend, having an affair.
Yeah, she was the other woman.
And she went full mean girl when Gabby was crying. She was like, "That's not my problem. I don't care."
Yeah. So Gabby like expresses interest in the guy, and then Danielle like is drunk and like goes ape shit on her and is like, well, if you need to express interest, you need to talk to him. You're not doing anything. You just like need to talk to him. Which honestly, like, she does have a little bit of a point. Like Gabby does need to do a little more stuff on camera.
Does, but she doesn't also have to do what Danielle does, which is like,
but then she manipulated her,
throw herself.
She's like, I'll show you my vagina right now,
with the door open and the light on.
I don't care.
Like.
And he's like, okay.
Didn't Carl have to like walk
show me your
by?
balloon arch.
Carl walked by? Did she offer him a hand job to calm him down?
No, not again? But I think he shut the door while she's hooking up with Balloon Guy. Like the light is on. The door was open.
He had a ring light.
And I'm pretty sure Carl walked by and was like, and shut the door for her so she could.
Meanwhile, Gabby's
make balloon animals with his ding dong.
Oh, that's so funny. Do you think he made her balloon animals? Like he made her like a balloon animal, like dildo.
No, I get it now. I get it. Yeah. I get why Balloon Guy was.
And then I'd be like, now turn it into a giraffe.
Yeah, and you're just like, yay,
yay.
He works at the Rainforest Cafe part.
Oh, I can see it.
Oh, that's my dream. Dream job. I love
working at the Rainforest. My daughter lives at the Rainforest Cafe.
It's so peaceful.
And so does Gabby. No, she doesn't.
No.
But she is
Gabby
crying in
does like the shower.
Gabby's crying in a bounce house or whatever, right?
In the shower. Yeah. That was sad.
Yeah. That was sad. But also it was like, oh, girl, I don't know if I just don't think reality TV is maybe the right place for her.
For Gabby?
Kind of what I thought. I think she's like, she's really likable, and she is like, a YouTube channel maybe, is more the thing. She checks
the box for Bravo, as shitty as that sounds, like she does. But also like Lindsay needs someone. Lindsay needs somebody to be so far up her ass, and it used to be Danielle, and it's not Danielle anymore.
Gabby's
but it was funny. It was funny when like Paige was like, You can have Danielle back, Lindsay. We don't want her anymore. We don't like her anymore. You can take her back now.
Yeah. But she
But
doesn't.
no.
Danielle did kind of come for Paige too with the Craig stuff.
Yeah, she did. She was like,
You're giving him nothing.
You're giving him nothing. Yeah, she's like wasted. Yeah. That's so like.
I was surprised that didn't go anywhere either.
Yeah.
Paige
I
just like smiled.
Well, you know what? I was actually surprised that no one mentioned again when Paige and Lindsay are fighting, and she's like, I know you're the one that leaked this story that like Craig got so drunk at Kyle and Amanda's wedding that they were like, we were kicked out or whatever. And Lindsay's like, no, I didn't. It was actually Danielle.
That was Danielle.
It's never brought up again. Like she never said anything to Danielle. I don't know if they'll bring it up. Like I even saw like they never talked about it on Watch What Happens Live. I wonder if they'll even talk about it on the reunion. Because to me, that would have been like a big thing that they would have talked about on the show. They just didn't.
Paige did say she was like, I see what Lindsay's trying to do. Like, she's trying to get everyone. And so maybe she just didn't want to engage with that. I don't know.
Yeah. But like, I need her to engage a little bit.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
No, she should. Especially.
Or Danielle should go to Lindsay and be like, why would you say that? Or something. Like, nothing happened there. I thought it was going to be a much bigger story.
Yeah, why'd they leave it in at all if they're just gonna
like
okay. I think they're trying to cut Danielle out. Like I think she keeps trying to give storyline bait and they're like, we're just gonna ignore you.
Yeah, I don't think I read that she's not coming back this season, but I don't know.
I don't think it's good for her mental health. Like she seems to be like Winter House.
Oh yeah. You know it's bad when like the guy you're seeing cheats on you with Luann de Lesseps.
Yeah. That's rock bottom.
Publicly. And a Bravo celebrity that nobody knows. Nobody fucking knows Joe Bradley.
I know.
And he's
yeah.
Yeah. The Winter House stuff.
Was he a baseball player?
No, I think he's like one of. Isn't Joe like he's on like that knockoff
Southern Hospitality,
which is like the spin-off. Yeah, it's like the knockoff VPR. I think I've heard good things about that show. Maybe I should watch it, but
I've watched it. Don't worry.
Yeah, I couldn't.
But
get
like
into
Joe
it.
Bradley,
is the second season better?
Fucking Luann.
Joe Bradley's a twat.
But he met Luann. Okay, he met Luann on Watch What Happens Live, and then they like had sex that night.
And I think Danielle, like he was staying with Danielle.
Yeah.
And speaking of Lindsay and Carl, let's fucking go.
Let's go, girls.
Okay. So, like we said, we start off strong. Lindsay and Carl start out at some White House lawn party and don't come to the house.
Yeah, because it was a big deal that they got invited to the White House by Lindsay's friend. It was a really big deal.
But then didn't it turn out that it was kind of like
everybody was
thousands
there,
of influencers,
like influencers,
it was the lawn. But she's like, we're like Ariana, we're at the White House. Foreshadowing.
She really wanted Ariana at it. Can you imagine Lindsay in Chicago?
Oh,
actually, I would love that.
Lindsay starring in Chicago Broadway.
The name on everybody's
and she would just say her own name though. Lindsay. Yeah, and then she'd be like, Carl had it coming. He had it coming. Make me a sandwich.
So the next weekend they do come to the house and she gets really drunk at dinner. She's like knocking back martinis and like a glug.
Yeah.
And then they come home and things are really bad, and it turns out in an off-camera fight, she accused him of not being sober. And then doesn't apologize when they talk about it in the morning.
They talk about it on camera, and then
and kind of doubles down, accusing him, being like,
text, like
you said you're not sober, and he's like,
no,
he said you are not sober.
Yeah, and then he said he texted her like, I'm sober right now. She's like,
I'm
why
sober
did you say right now?
Right now.
Yeah, it was pretty atrocious, but I will say this. I've dated an addict. Like I've And so it's really hard to be in a relationship with somebody with like addiction issues. Like it's like a level of trust. It can be really difficult and triggering, and I don't know. So I kind of felt for Lindsay. I mean, sort of. I mean, the way that she went about it is really wrong. And I also don't think Carl did anything to warrant it, but I can still
But the
kind
thing
of
is, we'll
feel
never
like,
know because he didn't press record that time. But
yeah. Oh
also,
yeah, the fight in the Uber. Actually, and then when they talk about it, he was like, actually, it was a lift. Remember that when they were fighting about
yeah.
it? She's like, in the Uber, you were doing blah 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 blah, and he goes, it was a lift. I was like, woo, woo, they should not get
Petty,
married.
petty.
This
Yeah.
is so crazy. This is what you're going to correct her on? This is what you're correcting her
That was
on.
a lift.
It was a lift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Maybe
speaking
he was
of
an
insane,
influencer for a lift. I don't know.
yeah, he had to plug it a certain number of
Mm-hmm.
times. It was an Uber, but he's like, no, we have to say Lyft for the deal.
Mm-hmm.
So then she comes back the next weekend and then kind of like does it again so
Yeah.
that she can say, it's the reason I said it last weekend and the reason I said it this weekend is because you smoke pot and you can't get mad at me for drinking when you smoke pot. And it's like, girl, let it go. Like,
Yeah,
it's
you
fine the
gotta.
first
Yeah, no
time,
one's
not-
getting on your side about this. And then was it the next weekend he just like goes to his parents' house?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mama's
like-
boy. Yeah. And then his like stepdad who officiates weddings is like, I wouldn't marry you two.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
so
this,
awkward.
okay, so that part
On
was,
camera.
on camera. That part is like the part
And
that
we're a
like,
month
you know,
into
was
summer.
clip and stuff. But like the part that was a little like wilder to me that it happened and that he didn't tell Lindsay about was pretty much his parents, his
Don't
mom and his
like
stepdad
her.
say on camera, we saw her, she was being abusive to you. Like they say
Mhm.
that word. And then
Mhm.
it's like,
Oh.
never mentioned again. Like he didn't tell her that they
Yeah, they
said
said that.
that. Like,
Well, then Amanda was like, you have to bring some of this up to her now because it is going to be on camera, you know.
yeah. But I mean, do you think how much of that talk was like prepped, I guess? Like, you know, like did he,
Oh,
I guess
Carl
that's the
prepping them.
question. Yeah, well, or like, you know,
I mean, they knew
do
that
you
they were
think
going
that
to talk about it. I think it's also really hard for his mom too because she's already lost a son to addiction, and so
yes.
this is
Yeah.
probably an extremely sensitive subject for her. And then like she's probably really proud of like the work that he's done and how long he's like been clean from, you know, he's not been drinking and cocaine. He said those
And
were
that's
like
what
the
they're
things. Yeah,
and that's what
and
they're saying too. They're like,
yeah,
this is life or death for you, and she is drinking again, and you can't be with her, and it's that
yeah.
simple.
Well, and
But
they
then it's like he could have said that too. He could have just that could have been his way to opt out of the whole thing. And like he, you know, I
and
think
drag
like
it
if he was
out.
just like he could have just said that and then like been done with it. So
But
I
what
do
maybe
like
he was thinking about like what's going to happen to the show if I break
I
up
think
with her in the
yeah.
middle of summer. Like what the hell are we going to do? Everything's just going to be
Yeah.
so chaotic if I end it
I
right now.
do just think for all of his like clearly trying to seem like the good guy, which like some people think that he, you know,
Yeah,
did
I
a
don't
lot
think he's
more to
I
do
don't
that
think
than
he's good
others.
either.
I do think he could have said like it's that she's drinking and I'm sober. I can't be, you know, around someone that's like drinking heavily a lot. And it could have been like the easy way out and he wouldn't have looked bad. So I'm like, I do think that he was trying to navigate it in some ways. I don't know. How much do you think?
I don't think his parents would get on camera and say those things if he hadn't asked them to.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
to try
Like
to
they knew that they'd be on
start
camera, yeah.
leading the
Yeah.
audience
Like
in a
towards
certain
yeah, like
direction.
so he had like a certain image of like, see, like even my parents think that like, you know, you're not a good
She's
yeah, and like
abusive.
you're abusive and
That
like
was
do you not feel
yeah.
because like his mom was like, do you not feel supported in your sobriety by Lindsay? And like did you feel supported when she was so because she quit drinking for like 5 or 6 months like when they first like got
Mhm.
serious, and I can see how like in that time like he probably did feel more supported because she was sober. And that probably made things a lot easier than like.
I think that's why he
Yeah.
proposed. Like I think
But
like
she
that's
was
why they're
drinking again when he proposed.
But like, I think he was like, well, this is like, she just started drinking again, and so things are a little messy, but she's gonna cut it back and get it in check. And what's important is she supported me. Like, I finally had support for my sobriety, and like, she wants to get married, so I will marry her because I don't want to lose that support.
Well,
Like,
here's the thing
finally getting support on the show.
Here's the thing I have a theory about Carl, and he'll never know it because we're blocked. I think he wants to marry his mom. Like, he wants to marry somebody who is just like his mom, who like, he's not really grown up. And like, in some ways, Lindsay was like a mom, like, you know, she's not like very nurturing, but she was like, you need to get a job. Like, she would have to remind him things like, you have a meeting, like, did you ask this in the meeting? Like, did you do this? Like, you need to do these things. Like, this is how you become an adult. Like, this is how you grow up. And then like, you know, then it was just like, you're just like nagging me like a parent, but you're not nurturing. Like that scene where they're fighting in the kitchen, and she's like, what do you need from me right now? And he was like, I'd really just like a hug. And she like goes and gives him a hug. And I was like, he just like wants somebody to like nurture him and like baby him, kind of like a mom.
But see, like that, I do agree with you. Like, I think that he is more irresponsible, of like a laid back guy
like,
who like
needs someone. He actually is pretty irresponsible. Like, and not even like, I would never shit on his sobriety. I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm just talking like throughout the years on Summer House. Like, I know the earlier years he was, you know, in like an active addiction, but he was always like notorious for being bad at his job. Like, he was never good at sales. The first season, he like doesn't meet quota. He loses his job. He doesn't tell anybody he's lost his job. Like, every season, he's like not been good at work.
But it also sounds like he was on another level of active addiction than the rest of them who are like
but he's not now.
I think, but they're partying.
And he's still not wanting, like, he's still not sure what he wants.
He's like 2 years sober though. Like, he doesn't know how to do. He's on a show where he's like, this is where I kind of feel for, or like where I actually tend to side with him a little more, just because I've like been, you know, in and out of recovery for years, and like, I mean, but like where I think he needs to grow up is like, you know, he needs to get off the show.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's not healthy for him to be a sober person who like, whose brother died of addiction, who had severe addiction, was doing coke every day, coming to work coked up and drunk. Like, that's a really bad addiction. And like, and you know, so it's life or death for him. It's so important. And then now he's on a like, his job was Loverboy, going to bars selling Loverboy, and on a show where everyone drinks.
Like, when he brings up like, oh, I think I'm gonna go back and work for Loverboy, it's going to be this new product and whatever, it's gonna be the like, what's up with my hair, the non-alcoholic drink, but like, you know,
but I think that's because Kyle dangled support.
No, but I think that
Kyle dangled, it's a non-alcoholic.
I know, but I'm saying that Lindsay was justified in asking him, like, are you sure you want to do that? Because when you worked for Loverboy before, it was a fucking disaster. And she got all the blame for that. And you know he was saying, you know he was complaining about that. He doesn't want to be doing these things, showing up to bars and whatever. That fucks with his sobriety.
And she supported him. She came with him. She went to all of those. He wouldn't have been able to stay sober probably if it wasn't for her, like, with him at those bars, making sober with him. I mean, like, he is almost
40. He needs to figure his shit out. Like,
I think that he's, I mean, first of all, okay. The argument that like he needs to get a job, I'm sorry, like, reality TV is a job. Like, they make 20 grand.
But he's not even that good at it.
But he's employed, you know, especially for the foreseeable future.
When Kyle's throwing whatever he's throwing into the woods, like he's talking to Danielle, like Carl's like, should we, you know, go check to see if he's okay, or just, you know, try to make some fucking TV here, or just, you know, stand around? Like, Carl,
he's always been the weak link. Yeah, I agree. And like, who do I want to stay on the show? I mean, Lindsay is like the LeBron of this show to me. Like, there's no show without Lindsay. She's the real star.
And Carl's not her assist guard. Okay.
This is a sports podcast.
It is now, baby.
It is now.
The Mavericks are going to the finals.
With the Celtics. I learned that today.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Carl's not good at TV and he needs to focus on his sobriety, but Lindsay isn't wrong.
But wait,
But,
I
like,
want to get
opening
into
a bar is stupid in New York
that is
City.
stupid. But like, I want to get into like, is the show a job? What do you think, Jessye? Like,
Yeah, what do you
should
think,
reality
Jessye?
TV people, is that a job or not?
For sure. And
Thank
then
you.
it opens a lot of
I
doors.
agree with you, but
Money.
I'm saying Lindsay's asking questions about for the long term. Like, she wants to have kids. She wants to,
Yeah.
like, he's not going to be standing around the pool every summer, schlepping some kids, being sober.
Well, I think that I think he would. I mean, he needs to get off the show, but I think they're just so fundamentally different. Like, I kind of think no one's wrong. Like, Carl wants to, he's happy to make $200K a year and like kind of hang out, go for his jogs, and Lindsay's not. Like, well, no,
no, Lindsay wants,
and then the 70. So it's like he's making $300K
Yeah.
a year, but Lindsay wants.
That's not enough
more
in
than
New York
that.
City. She said it has to be a mill.
But that's why they're so different. Like,
Yeah.
they didn't talk about any of this stuff.
Yeah, it is
but
bizarre.
I get
They
why
didn't
they
talk about
rushed
any
in.
of these things before deciding to get married.
But then I also get it too, because she's like on her timeline and she's scared of abandonment, so she wanted to rush, and he didn't want to lose her. It's like, I don't know, like, even though they're both like terrible,
they've been friends for a really
I feel
long
bad
time.
for them.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, and I do feel bad because they were close for so long before they were dating. Like, they were really good friends, and she was like, I think, really there for him when he lost his brother, and
Yeah.
he was like, she was the first person that he told, when he got off the phone with his mom. Like, he went to Lindsay, and she was a big source of comfort.
On her birthday,
I think, like,
yeah,
it kind of reminded me of, when, oh God, this sounds so shallow, when Jax decided to, that Brittany was the one for him after his dad died, and she was there. Yeah, I think like that big of a thing, and then you're like, who was a person like really there for me? That was Lindsay for Carl, and like, that was such a crazy, horrible thing in his life, and she was a source of support for him then. And when they got together, she was sober with him, and for a really long time, and then it just really, she started drinking again, and then it got bad. But I think he also went into it with like rose-colored glasses, right? Because I think like on this season, she is like, I've always been this person, and he's always known this person, so I don't know what he's wanting. Yeah.
So he's always been this person.
He's never had a job. Yeah. He's not good at work.
He's a slacker. I think. See, I don't know. My fiance. Wait, sorry. What'd you say, Jessye?
Sorry, Jessye.
He's always been a little angry.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's got a quiet anger. Like, he's got that's to me, that's like so scary. Like the quiet type that like, like they blow shit up.
Yeah. I do think that to go back to his mom thing, I do think like there's like a type in like psychology called the Oedipal hero, where it's like if your like dad was kind of shitty or he left and you like took care of your mom, then like that is something that will fuck you up forever.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like making you think you're a god and always craving the kind of like love and attention and surrogate husband role that you got, and it's like it makes you really hard to partner with. So I will say that.
Yeah. But Lindsay's not wrong when she is talking to Carl and he's talking about working at Loverboy, and he can't even tell her, like, when she's like, okay, you're getting equity, but like how much equity? He doesn't even know what that means. Dumb.
Yeah.
Idiot. They are depressing.
Yeah. But also like I just think it's so interesting, like, because I don't know. To me it's like
sorry. I didn't shave.
Oh. I haven't shaved in so long.
I know.
Wonder if you can catch the hairs on the. But
Lindsay, I mean, now like, wait, Lindsay. I'm like, Jessye, now you have to show us if you have hairy legs.
Yours looks smooth.
Yeah. No, I shaved yesterday.
And you have that like boat glow. That almost died on.
Yeah, from the rain. It was. I got a good tan.
Glow. Yeah, you have that like Bravo essence to you. Like you had a traumatic time on a boat. Cartagena.
No, I do think that like I think this is so interesting because like usually in reality TV when we see breakups, it's like we see the villain and like the hero, and they like edit it that way. And I like that I don't know, it just really doesn't seem like it's anyone's fault to
They also
me, and they were just
didn't
wrong
seem
for
like
each other.
either of them really cared.
Yeah.
That was the
Yes.
funniest part
No,
of it.
they just hate each
Yeah,
other.
like, you know, he was like, this isn't working. He brings up, well, the one part that I was like, oh God, he brings up that, like, I think you want me to relapse. Like, you think that I have relapsed? I
Oh,
think
yeah,
and
that
it's
was
like,
really
or you think that, or
unhealthy.
you want me to relapse? I was like, that's a fucking crazy thing to say if that's true. I don't know why she'd want that to be true. That'd be fucked up if she did. But then the rest of it, she's just like sitting there and she's like, what? So you don't want to get married? And he's like, I guess.
And
She
she's like, so
doesn't
this
even
is your
cry.
Yeah, like,
she's like, so
you're
this is your
saying
decision.
that.
You're
Yeah,
deciding
you're
it.
deciding
Not me.
it. Yeah.
You're breaking up with me. Cool.
Yeah, and then
And
he's
then she
like,
calls her dad.
yeah, and he goes into the kitchen. He's like, okay, like, I know what she's doing. I'm about to be canceled. Like, he's like so bored of it. He's like, I know what she's probably. I can hear her now. Like, it's like all my fault. Okay, I'm about to be canceled. Okay, I'm irresponsible. And she's just like on speakerphone with her dad. Like, yeah, he won't
And the
even
way
tell
she's
me why.
recapping.
Yeah, he won't even. He won't even like. I've blindsided. I've been blindsided. Yeah, and yeah.
Yeah.
She wasn't blindsided.
No tears.
Like, yeah, no tears.
Mm-mm.
I mean, he was at the wedding shower, which we didn't really talk about how awkward that was with his mom being there. They have no relationship, Carl's mom and Lindsay. But
yeah, do you guys like Carl's people? I recently heard from my sister people love Carl's mom. How do you guys feel about it?
I feel indifferent.
Same. Nooch.
I'm not sure if we're blocked by her, but if not, then yeah, she seems like a fine mother.
Okay.
Yeah,
a good upstanding
been through a lot, but...
East Coast mom. Yeah, she's been through a lot. She's fine. She's no Tinsley Mortimer's mom. Okay, that's what I'll say. She's no Kathy
not
Hilton.
Magic. Yeah, she's not like giving us magic. She seems a little awkward on camera, but I do feel for her. Like,
she just seems like a normal, like Katie's mom from VPR. Like, she seems like a really normal person.
Terry Maloney.
Terry Maloney. Yeah, very nice and normal, and doesn't need to be around these maniacs, and doesn't need to.
I think some people just stand the moms in general, like Lois, and people are just like,
she's fine. She really, I mean, she really does not like Lindsay. Like, it was very awkward at the wedding shower, just like how, like, they just did not. And when they did interact, it was like they don't have a relationship.
It felt like Lindsay didn't like her either, because Carl had just told her, like, yeah, my mom doesn't want me to marry you.
Yeah, and wasn't it, she was like sitting right next to her, and like Lindsay turns there and she's like, oh, I didn't even know that you were here.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, sorry, I didn't even know that you were here. Like, whoa, like, she's been sitting next to you the whole time.
Yeah. She's like, well, aren't you excited? Lauren Workus thought I'd be a great mother-in-law.
That was so crazy.
That was so weird.
Yeah. Ooh, Lauren Workus and Carl. What if that had worked out? Remember when she like throws her sister like throws that watermelon?
The watermelon.
The smash.
That was like,
and there was cake in the face.
Yeah, see, that looks like a breakup. You know, like you just ended, you just called off the engagement like 2 months before our wedding. I'm going to throw a watermelon at you. I'm going to throw whatever at you. I'm so fucking mad. I'm not going to get on speakerphone and be like, I've been blindsided. Like, she's not even yelling. Like, she's just like, it was like the most calm she's been all season was like her, like, engagement ending. It was so
it was
wild.
Nice when it's like the next day, and it's nice that, like, first of all, that they even have like had a template for all of this because of Scandival. So Carl's like, okay, so I know I need to call the producers and we'll get it on camera, and then and the producers like, okay, afterwards we'll get all the girls to meet, and then in their pajamas.
At Danielle's apartment, nobody wanted to go to Brooklyn.
Okay, this pissed me off so much.
They all hate
Danielle
that she lives in Brooklyn. She's in Williamsburg, and they're like, God, she's
which is so nice. But they, which is like more expensive than Manhattan.
They're like, she's so poor.
But it pissed me off.
Really nice
it pissed me off so much that she was like, so people bring like prosecco and wine and stuff, and then like Gabby shows up and she's like, and Gabby's like, oh, I feel like I should have brought bagels and stuff, and Daniel's like, don't worry, we have everything, and there's no snacks.
There's
anymore.
No snacks.
Like,
it's just like Prosecco.
No coffee.
Yeah.
No glasses.
And then,
put out a spread, honey.
Yeah. Where's the nosh? And Lindsay walks in trying to get a tear out. Can't do it.
I love how the girls were so supportive while also not having it.
Yeah,
no, but they were like,
but aren't you kind of glad? And this is, and and Paige was like, you guys weren't good together. But it was funny though when Paige was like, this is what happens when you don't invite me to the wedding.
What did
I
you
love
think?
Paige, but I was like, that's a bit much. Like, this girl's crying.
She wasn't really crying. I don't think that Lindsay was actually upset. I think
she was pretending to cry.
I think she was upset. I think she was upset. It happened.
Sadder.
I think she was upset. It happened on camera.
Yes.
I think she was excited to have a scene with like 5 girls, like catering to her.
Who have never, she's never had all of the girls rally around her.
So she was like,
yeah. It was more like she was like a pageant queen, like, oh, you like me. But even though in their confessionals they were like, we don't really like her, like Sierra, like they were like, we see through the bullshit, like, she was. They were all saying like. They did, like, it does suck the way that it happened, but I don't think that they were, like, she wasn't blindsided.
They were, like, giving her good advice, friend to friend. I feel like they were like, hey, let's not do the, like, oh, I'm a broken woman, I miss him, I love him storylines. Like, you're better than that. Like, good riddance. Like, next season, a new guy,
and she's
maybe
already
he'll be the
dating
one.
a new guy, so.
And I love that she was like, yeah.
And that she knew that she was going to keep that really nice apartment and he was still going to pay half the rent. And he did. So I wonder where she's living now. Who is she dating? I don't know I don't think
mystery.
That she said. I also read that maybe she's pregnant, but I don't think that she is.
6'5".
Yeah, 6'5". Blue eyes.
He has a W.
I wish
he knows what a W2 is.
How dare you?
He has a big portfolio, if you know what I mean. Lauren, do you know what I mean? Stop.
I need
to check my Schwab account.
Portraits.
Yeah. He does caricatures. What are those caricatures? Or you do the funny
caricatures at the fair?
Yeah, he does that.
At the fair.
Yeah. He works with
bringing it back to the carny.
Yeah, he works with the balloon arch guy. That's how they met.
They double date.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I wonder what's gonna happen. What do you think's gonna happen this season though? Do you think Carl's gonna come back?
Oh. What I'm excited about is they're already set up really good for next season that Kyle is all pissy that Craig endorsed like a different sprint.
Yeah, with a girl with no
drama with Paige.
Yeah, the girl with no sprint.
Finally.
Oh, the girl with no job. The girl with no job has a job now. She's very annoying. Claudia Oshry. But have me on your podcast. We'd love to have you on ours. We love the toast. Is she on the toast? I don't know her podcast. Okay. Anyway, we'll drink your spritz.
I don't even know who that's. Who did that spritz?
God, she never. Yeah, she's so annoying. I don't enjoy her. Sorry.
Hopefully, she won't be on the show.
We'll
just keep it between.
Girl with no job showing up on.
And Kyle Cook.
Yeah, Kyle Cook. Yeah, and he's like, hey, if you're gonna be in the summer house, part of the initiation is you literally have to watch me piss in the woods.
Yeah, into a spritz can.
Yeah.
Watch me.
Remember when you peed in that Pinot Grigio bottle that one season on the bus? And then, like, Amanda then had to take it and, like, pour it out. And she was like, you can't even do that much, Kyle. Yeah.
And somehow that was
out.
So did he.
Yeah. Good.
So did he. He also blocked it out.
Well, let's talk about the themes for this season. For me, I think the main theme is like, I think it's Maya Angelou who said, when someone shows you who they are, believe them.
Wasn't that last week's theme? That was used.
What?
Didn't we use that last week for Vanderpump?
Did we?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm losing my mind.
Okay, my theme would be
how about
theme
from I think it was R.L. Stein who said, "Be careful what you wish for." And that's my theme because Lindsay wanted that ring and to get married to Carl, but look what happened. And that was R.L. Stein. Everybody.
Kyle wanted Lover Boy. Look what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Danielle, Joe Bradley. Everybody.
The Dawn.
The Dawn.
Ugh, the Dawn.
The Dawn. The Dawn is done. Some motifs we had from previous seasons crossing over. We had Carl dumping Lindsay again, like in season 4.
I wish I'd been on a rooftop with sushi like last time.
Oh my God, that sounds so good right now.
That was a better breakup too. This breakup was so so anticlimactic.
Yeah, she was way more upset. Or surprised. She was way more blindsided last time.
Yeah,
like, What?
Why are you doing this on my rooftop?
We had a lot of Carl and Lindsay surveilling each other, recording each other, threatening to record each other, which we like. We want the recordings.
Except that we're recording in the Lyft or maybe Uber.
It was just threats.
Yeah.
Threats of recording.
There's nothing better than threatening your future spouse.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm going to record you. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good theme.
Yeah. Let's pull up the text how you call me a mama's boy. Let's read them.
A little bitch.
Yeah, I'm a little bitch. Isn't that? I'll never own a sober sports bar. I don't know.
The biggest burn of all.
And you know what equity is, Lindsay.
Another motif I wanted to talk about real quick is I feel like the cast has such regressive and judgmental ideas around sex, where they were like, "You guys haven't had sex in 2 weeks."
I know.
Like,
I was
like, you guys didn't come, so the sex is terrible. I'm like, this is not sex positive for 20-somethings. I feel like I don't know.
I know. First of all, I was like, oh my God, do I not have enough sex? Because I was like, okay, like once every couple of weeks is like that seems kind of normal.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're busy.
It is, right? I have a kid.
I mean, I feel like if you're like a year or 2 in, I don't know. Yeah. I would want to be fucking more often.
I mean, it's just all, like, but some people like don't be fucking all the time, and that's
don't be
okay
fucking.
too. They just don't be fucking. Like
but no, and that is okay. And I do think that people play it up more, like, for the sake of their relationship and on camera. Like,
Amanda,
Kyle and Amanda
are
not
so drunk all the time. He is not physically capable of like
and she
getting an erection.
Yeah,
no, he said it.
And and Paige and Craig, she's acting like, oh yeah, we're always
even
I'm like, you're lying. You're like
you're in bed.
You're a sleepy girl. You're a sleepy girl.
But you're not like
I'm a sleepy girl.
She's
I
not,
get it.
And you know that Paige is not like on top all the time.
Oh,
she's tired.
She's a pillow princess.
She's a missionary gal.
Mm-hmm.
See, I would assume doggy, but you should cut this out.
Okay, we'll take it out.
No, Doggy's the real missionary, in my opinion.
Is it the new missionary?
Nothing's lazier
than Doggy. I do like Doggy style.
Because you don't even have to make good faces.
No, and it's good if you're having sex in the morning before you've like brushed your teeth and stuff, because you're like, because you don't have to like, you're just like, you don't even have to look at each other. Yeah. It's the best.
Doggy, the new missionary. Agreed.
Yeah, missionary is very intimate, actually.
Yeah, it's too much.
Get out of my face.
I know. Yeah, like when I was like, okay, but I'm not getting on top. I do sometimes.
Yeah, anything but on top. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Agreed.
Yeah, for the record, like I'm not. Oh, my mic just fell. I'm not trying to like do all these different like styles and like positions and like all these things. Like I've got a mortgage. I've got a Schwab account. I've got a kid. I'm not reversing a cowgirl here. Got it? Good. Jessye?
No, I remember you and your starfish position.
I
remember that.
Yeah. Tie me up. And I was serious about that. But then you seem kinky. You're not.
Yeah.
You're sleepy.
Just lazy.
Yeah. Well,
which is Paige.
Yeah.
Which is Paige. Oh, she got a Casper mattress endorsement.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah. I want a mattress and I want anybody to sponsor. We'll never be sponsored.
No, don't say that. We're going to get sponsored. Symbolism. Okay, so some symbolism is everybody wants a Scandival and everyone's trying to do a Scandival on Bravo. And then Carl and Lindsay's insanely overpriced
Carlito.
apartment is symbolism of their
Oh
their
no!
bad
And they had that
decisions.
sign in their apartment.
More life.
Brad House.
More life.
And it said,
But they also had a print of more life.
that is a very shocking thing to me because that is something that Carl said when he was blackout drunk, and it was one of the lowest moments in his life, he said. So to have that framed,
That was
a cursed
shocked.
apartment.
Yeah.
That was a cursed apartment. Beautiful views,
Extremely
though. Great views. Thank God
the
it's a
cardboard
Williams
cutout
room.
of Lindsay.
And that was the room he slept in, like the night, like he had been sleeping in that room for like a week. Like, or he'd sleep in that room every time they'd get in a fight. So like you would just see that cutout of Lindsay
Standing over.
Make me excited.
Oh, he turned it around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He punched it.
Doggy style.
Yeah. He fucked it doggy style. He has a little hole in it, a little glory hole.
Less intimate.
Yeah.
What grade would each of us give this season?
I give it an A. I liked it. Had fun moments. There's some real levity amongst the real dark stuff.
Good mix.
Yeah, like there were horses.
Yeah, I liked it too.
There was horses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was horses. There was like a nosebleed.
Yeah, there was a nosebleed. There's a bounce house. There's a carny.
Wacky,
the
wavy,
Hamptons.
inflatable.
Dystopian party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I A. Almost A+, but A.
Well, I
96.
could do without the parties. Next, I don't know. I could do without.
I hated them
parties.
less this year for some reason. I don't know why. But I also
I just
like.
don't think they always have to have like a theme all the time, like the alien party.
Bitch, I love it. I love a theme.
Oh, see, I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, well, fine. I'm sorry, Lauren. Also, like, I don't trust your judgment on that either. You want to have your wedding at your house?
It's cheaper.
Jessye, tell her that she should not be getting married at her house.
I don't know your life. What's the theme?
Space.
No.
Okay.
This is what Lauren said.
Wedding? Is it a wedding theme?
She's like, I want to
wedding theme wedding.
Like, we'll order pizza. We'll get like canned beers and then, get married at our house.
No, we would do a potluck.
Like would we all have to bring like?
But we'd order pizza.
Like I'd bring chips and dip to your wedding.
Yeah, or cash. Yeah.
Or cash.
Yeah.
Can I Venmo you?
Oh, yeah. It's laid back.
That's your registry.
Not
it's
an email,
your registry is just like a grocery list of stuff to bring to the wedding.
I mean, yeah, we already got stuff. That's all we need.
No, you can't
Eggs.
get married there. Egg, milk, butter,
milk,
toilet paper. We'll see. We'll see.
I'll
what
get
happens.
you the Charmin Ultra Soft.
Yeah, we need we'd get Aldi. Yeah,
you get it from Aldi, Lauren.
Well, Cam doesn't use toilet. He's a bidet guy. He hasn't used toilet paper in years.
God.
Yeah.
You need to be wiping.
I've said too much. So let's. We end every episode with oral exams. This is a 60-second essay on a pop culture topic of your choice. So Michelle will start us off. Michelle, are you ready?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you've got a time. All right, you have 60 seconds on the clock. This is Michelle Baber's oral exam. Your time starts now.
In this essay, I will prove that Disney cartoon movies or whatever have really shit the bed since they stopped having single fathers. The movies I've had to watch a lot of them recently, and it's like, okay, I don't need to see Okay, Moana even knew something was wrong because it's a 2-parent household, and that bitch is like, something's not good here. So she has to run the fuck away because she knows this is not right. Encanto, Maribel, she's like, okay, not only do I have 2 parents in my house, I have everybody in my fucking house, and now everyone hates me. And like, there's so many people in this house. One of them like lives in a wall. Like, she has an uncle living in a wall. I think
we don't talk about Bruno though.
yeah,
Sorry,
see, he's like the racist uncle that you're like, we don't talk about him. But I'm talking about, you know what? Bring back the single daddies. I'm talking about King fucking Triton. I know, you're so excited. King Triton. There's a single father, right? BDE. Big Daddy Energy. That's what I was getting.
Time.
No, I have to say, he made such great decisions as a single father because he let his youngest daughter at 16 lose her voice for a man and get married and change her species.
Wow.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
You know, crazy old Maurice with Belle. Like, bring back the
That's
single
what
daddies.
I was thinking about.
Yeah. Yeah. He was like, yeah, Belle, marry a dog who's abusive to you. Sure. As long as he's rich.
Yeah.
Crazy old Maurice. You
Crazy
see what I'm
old
saying?
Maurice. He was bipolar coded.
I think he just, I don't know.
Maurice? Oh,
He
maybe schizophrenic.
was just,
Yeah.
you know, he was just a little, he was the town loon.
Yeah.
I relate.
I just wish there were more single dads being represented. And that's all I'll say about that Bob Iger. He owns Disney. President,
Yeah.
CEO.
Okay. No, I think you made a good case.
He listens to our podcast.
Mm-hmm. He's a big student.
Yeah,
of ours.
Bob Iger loves our podcast.
God, I
Hey,
wish.
Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Love ya.
Okay, this is my oral exam. I have 60 seconds on the clock. My time starts now. In this essay, I will prove, because we are in such a weird space with reality TV, where like suddenly everyone's consuming a lot of like podcasts from reality TV cast members, where they're like leaking stuff that already happened, and we kind of already know a lot of the events, and also we kind of know like people's job like is the show, like we talked about, and like these people probably wouldn't be friends outside the show. It needs to evolve in a way that like your typical everyday like skeezy reality TV producer who, you know, like just, you know, it's like, go, you know, girls, you gotta go make out with Peter, you know, girls, you gotta, you know, suck a dick to stay on the show, girls fight with each other, you know, your typical bachelor shenanigans. That's not gonna cut it anymore. We need to bring in people who understand storyline, understand breaking the fourth wall. We need to bring in like Errol Morris. We need to bring in documentaries. Vince Gilligan, Breaking Bad. I'd love to see what he could do with VPR next season. Because guess what? Alex Bastian ain't gonna cut it. Vincent Gallo. Yes, let's see some real sex on screen, not simulated. Time.
Damn.
I think it's a future.
Yeah, bring Vincent Gallo to VPR and see what he does. He's got nothing going on right now.
Yeah. When was his last movie? Brown Bunny?
Yeah.
Brown Bunny with Chloe
Did you ever see
Sevigny?
Brown Bunny, Jessye? Chloe Sevigny sucks his dick. And it was real. And people were like, oh. Yeah. She's like, he was an artist. and then she was like, I really regretted that.
Yeah. Is it an older movie?
It's not the oldest movie we've ever referenced on the show, but we had
2005.
Yeah, we used to only reference movies from the 1920s for a while.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was an accident.
That's niche.
Yeah, we have no listeners. Your turn.
All right.
I don't know if I can go for 60 seconds, man.
Oh, you don't have to. You don't have to. It's better to go overtime than overtime. But Michelle,
and that's
goes
what
overtime.
I say about sex.
No,
Word.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm ready.
All right. This is Jessye Beasley's oral exam. She's got 60 seconds on the clock. Her time starts now.
In this essay, I will prove that everyone on Bravo fucking hates dinner. I feel like every time on every show, when they sit down to dinner, it's going to be a bad time. Nobody's having a good time. They fucking hate dinner. That's all I've got. I'm sorry.
Yeah, do they ever even eat? Like, they go to, like, yeah, they have, like, really good dinners and, like, spreads, and, like, they're not even eating them.
They're
like
just
Carl
fighting.
and Lindsay on her rooftop. He got all this amazing sushi and is like, I hate you and I don't want to be with you. Just JK.
Or
the more life,
Yeah, more life.
More
like
life.
moment
More life.
when that dude
Steven.
and he starts shitting.
Yeah,
Yes,
He's
Steven,
he
he's like
makes all this he makes this whole dinner. And Carl's like, it's really good macaroni and cheese. I hate all of my friends. Oh my god! And when Lindsay gets activated, remember that dinner? You don't want to see me
you have
activated.
not seen me
You don't want to see me
activated.
activated. He's like,
No, it's like every show on Bravo. Also, speaking of dinner, why must we always witness what they order?
I know, right?
Like,
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Like Bethany
Like-
ordering for like a full 3 minutes.
Yeah,
It's like,
and she orders
No,
for the
they-
whole
every
table,
show-
and like they're always like, order for us, Bethany.
And-
yeah, let's have the anorexic lady order for us. Okay, allegedly, skinny girl, not alleged, not allowed, banished from Chanel.
She wrote a book that's a manual for restrictive eating, I think.
Yeah, she did. What did she say? Taste everything, eat nothing. That was
Eat
literally in her
nothing.
book. Yeah,
healthy.
but she's
Yeah.
banned from Chanel.
Yeah. Healthy is the word that comes to mind when I think of
Oh,
Bethany's
in every
eating
way.
choices.
Emotionally,
Yeah.
physically. Mm.
Look,
As always, we end the podcast begging Bethany to send us a cease and
sue
desist. Please, Bethany, please.
yeah. Otherwise, we'll
Get
do
us
what
on the
Jason
map.
Hoppy did and poop in your toilets and not flush.
So, Jessye, you've been such a great host. Thank you so much. Please come back anytime. Is there anything you want to plug?
Absolutely not. But thank
Okay.
you for having me. This
Toast
was
and
really
dinner.
fun.
Votes and dinners.
That was so fun.
Yes.
And we wanted to serenade you
I don't know the
with
words.
a little summer house inspired song
Did
to
you-
go out on. We'll
Oh,
just
yay.
bam.
Okay.
What would
would
Jessye
Jessye
Beasley do?
do?
Would she
She'd
be
be
a
a
great
great
host and our
and
friend
friend
too?
Would
Yeah.
he give us dinners?
Would she give us dinners
and
like Bravo's
rose
stews?
She, how many sandwiches would
Jessye Beasley
activated do?
activated do?
You guys, you're so in sync. It was weird. Like, that was spooky.
I
Just a
have
lot.
taken 2 levels of improv, Jessye.
That was amazing.
This is
Yeah.
so.
That made my face hurt.
But what would Jessye
From
Beasley do?
smiling.
You know, how many
Come on the
sandwiches would
podcast.
you make me?
As many as you want, boo.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, that's
Anytime.
the right answer.
I'd even cut them.
Ooh, I like that. Take the crust off.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you so
students.
much for my song.
Like and
Thank you for
subscribe.
coming. Follow us, TikTok, Instagram, Bravo_breakdowns.
Do not
Mwah.
follow.
Woo!
Don't yell at me anymore, Swifties. Bye.